Your friendly reminder that thin privilege is real, and I know because I have it. Let's break it down. I've never been marginalized because of my size. Never been told that my BMI is too high for a procedure. I've never had anybody look at me funny when I sit next to them on an airplane or any other public transportation. I've always been able to comfortably sit at seats at restaurants or in theaters. Every time I walk into a clothing store, I assume they have my size. I've never gone to a doctor and had them blame everything on the size of my body. No one has ever said to me, you shouldn't eat that. More often I hear, I wish I could eat that. I felt like I didn't get a job because of how I looked or the size of my body. Never had anybody make fun of me for moving my body in ways that feel good. And intersectionality here is key. The roots of fatphobia are inherently racist. So this work isn't just about you or
The roots of fatphobia are inherently racist. Alright guys, so today we're going to see videos on thin privilege. You know, more of the fat acceptance movement, but they're saying that you have special privilege for being a thin person. And I guess that makes sense, like, as you should have better advantages and more things that benefit you because you are in shape and healthy. And that's something that you could change. That's why it's a good thing. You know, it's totally different. Like, let's just say, I don't know, somebody's a certain race and they're getting more privilege than someone else because they're a different race. That's totally different because you can't change your race that you were born with. But when it comes to weight and being in shape, that's totally different. You should get praised more if you work really hard to have a really good body. And you should get shamed more if you just eat Taco Bell all day and you're 300 pounds. So we're going to see some thin privilege here. All right. Boom. And yeah.
I lost 50 pounds this year, so welcome to another episode of things that nobody tells you about losing weight. And today we're going to be talking about a slightly deeper topic. Thin privilege.
Okay.
This episode stems from a question I've gotten repeatedly on all of my weight loss videos. Have I noticed people treating me differently after losing weight? As a quick disclaimer before I start, there is a reason I haven't addressed this question or even discussed the overall topic of thin privilege, and that is because I have had a level of thin privilege for my entire life, even when I was 50 pounds heavier. Now, before people start coming for my head about that, when I say thin privilege, I mean that I have never gone to a clothing store and worried about whether they carry my size or not. I have never worried about whether I'm going to fit on an airplane seat, a roller coaster seat. I have never had the functionality of my daily life hindered by my size. And I truly believe that creators who have struggled with living in a society—
Hey, I'm not watching all this, but she's pretty much saying that there are, you know, tons of advantages when you are thin. She was thin her whole life. Like, you know, we have the airplane thing where, like, airplane seats aren't big enough, roller coasters, you know, if you're like a certain weight, you can't be on rides. When you go to most stores, if you're the same size as a lot of other normal women, you're gonna find clothes that match better, and they're probably gonna be for reasonable prices, and you don't have to raise the price dramatically for the same piece of clothing because they have to stretch it out more because it's a bigger size. And then of course you have like the people who, you know, just treat you better or compliment you more because you are in shape. So yeah, thin privilege does exist, but for a very good reason. We can't let these whales be happy. All right.
This is your friendly reminder that thin privilege is real, and I know because I have it. Let's break it down. I've never been marginalized because of my size. Never been told that my BMI is too high for a procedure. I've never had anybody look at me funny when I sit next to them on an airplane or any other public transportation. I've always been able to comfortably sit at seats at restaurants or in theaters. Every time I walk into a clothing store, I assume they have my size. I've never gone to a doctor and had them blame everything on the size of my body. No one has ever said to me, you shouldn't eat that. More often I hear, I wish I could eat that. I felt like I didn't get a job because of how I looked or the size of my body. Never had anybody make fun of me for moving my body in ways that feel good. And intersectionality here is key. The roots of fatphobia are inherently racist. So this work isn't just about you or
The roots of fatphobia are inherently racist. I'm surprised. Like, she's one of the people who's like, yeah, we shouldn't be fatphobic and stuff. And she's thin. She's skinny, I would say, in shape. She doesn't look unhealthy at all. And she's saying she has all these great benefits about being thin, and yet she's on the side of like, it's not fair for bigger people. Like, why are you complaining? Like all the stuff she listed, most of the stuff that like doesn't even have to do with other people's opinions, like being able to go to the store and wear certain clothes, or roller coasters, or even jobs, right? You know, if you're bigger and heavier, you're going to be more of a risk to the company because you're probably gonna have to take more sick days to where you're eating like garbage, you're not taking care of yourself, and you get sick faster. On top of that, you may not work as hard because you're constantly stuffing your face and you're exhausted because you're having a food coma in the middle of your work shift. Doctors, right? They blame everything on, oh, it's because your weight. Like, this is why you're feeling this way. So if you could just get in shape, you don't have to worry about all that. Why is this person for, this is hashtag fatphobia, hashtag intuitive eating. I'm pretty sure that's like, eating whenever you feel like it instead of eating the things that like you need to, or that's good for you. Like, I don't know. She's contributing to the problem. She's not even big. That is just like, wow. Why? You're in shape. Join our side. Oh, I saw this one before. No.
Skinny privilege is a thing. People are going to treat you different after you lose the weight. I lost 140 pounds.
Dang.
And I will tell you, this girl got treated like crap in this world. This girl got treated completely different than this girl. When I weighed almost 300 pounds, no one noticed me. It was as if I was invisible. Like, in certain aspects, of course. Like, I was always like the fat, funny friend going out to the club or to bars with my girlfriends. Like, they're all beautiful, they're all small, and I was just like the fat, funny friend that came along. I do want to quickly preface that my best friends never treated me differently. I am very lucky, and I know that's not the case for a lot of people. I have lost friends throughout my journey because I did lose the weight, and that can be the purpose of another video, but today is to talk about skinny privilege. Skinny privilege is like so many things. For example, the fact that skinny people, they don't even have the stress of walking into a store and knowing that their size.
They keep bringing up that point a lot. And she was saying, I think it's really cool that she said this point right here, that she lost a lot of friends because she lost weight. And it's like I guess when you have fat friends and you're also fat, they have more people to cope with them feeling bad. But if you're losing weight and you still have fat friends, not only are those friends actually going to pull you down because they're always going to want to go out to eat and eat a bunch of food and all this stuff, sit at home, watch Netflix, eat ice cream, right? But also, too, they get mad and hurt because they know that she's doing better than them by losing weight and looking a lot better. So they're going to cut her off because they feel bad. Like, that's so not right. But I don't know. That's why I can't have fat friends. I really can't. Maybe if like, I don't know, if I'm like really into a specific career and there's nobody else, yeah, maybe I'll have to like deal with it and like have a fat friend in that nature. But if I have a choice between having like healthy people around me and then bigger people around me, I'm always going to choose the healthy people and cut off the bigger people because they're always going to be a liability to me. You are the sum of the 5 people you hang around with the most, right? So why are you going to hang around with other people who are just going to pull you down and make you eat more and make you not like the way you look? And on top of that too, if they were the people who cut her off, they're doing themselves a disservice because you're just going to surround yourself with more fat people when you're fat yourself. You're just going to stay big, and then she's going to die of diabetes and nobody's going to go to their funeral because they're going to be too busy at McDonald's. All right, next person.
There's one part of skinny privilege that no one talks about. I've lost 80 pounds over the past year, and I've maintained it for about a year now. There's the common ones. Men make eye contact with you. Women talk to you. People in general seem to be nicer. You pretty much fit in any seat. Don't have to worry about clothes or if something happens to your clothes. But here's the one thing that most people don't talk about. And this is one of the things that I've noticed the most.
All right.
People no longer make comments about what I eat. There's no judgmental stare if I want to eat ice cream, or if I order the dessert, or if I go to Cold Stone with my friend. If I order a burger and fries, no one gives me a side eye because I didn't order the salad. In fact, more and more people ask me to eat those things than not. Whereas before, there was almost this unspoken rule that people didn't offer me those things.
Yeah, 100%, because people care about your health. I'm not going to go to somebody who's 300 pounds and be like, yeah, you want to go get some burgers and fries, some cheesesteaks, some ice cream? But it's like, if you're thinner, I guess you can kind of indulge in that a lot more. And it's like, we are going to cheer for the fatter person who's eating a salad because, yeah, they're actually trying. They're on a journey to lose the weight. But it's like, the whole thin privilege thing, it's just common sense. Why are you calling it thin privilege? Common sense. We care about your health. We don't want you to die. Stop being unhealthy. Oh, you're actually healthy and you're actually like working on yourself and eating a lot of healthy food? Yeah, you can have some ice cream. Like, I don't... this is all just common sense. I feel like these TikTokers are just blowing it out of proportion. It's like making up all these terms and saying thin privilege is real. No, it's common sense. People care about your health. I don't want to see anybody here prematurely die. I want them all to live nice, happy lives. And instead, they're stuffing themselves with a bunch of fast food and feeding it to their kids. The kids are getting fatter. The kids are telling other people, hey, you want to go to McDonald's with me? And then they're getting fatter. And it's this huge chain effect, domino effect of a bunch of people getting really fat. And then 1/3 of America is obese. So that is thin privilege. Yeah, end of the day. Stop me fat.